Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my co-host. Hi, ladies.
Hi, Morayo.
It's Friday. Jim's in the building.
Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Somebody gave me this Ashwebi Folakemi. Gave me this a couple of days ago. So I thought I was going to wear it. It was a bit big, so I had to clip it at the back just to give it some fitting. But thank you so much
really
for Folakemi.
Yes, so
Well
pretty.
done for Lakemi.
How are you doing, Jimzo?
I'm amazing. Remember this month, this was the first thing she ever gave to me. And I thought
Right.
it was so expensive
beautiful.
at the
Those
time,
days, yes,
you
when
know.
Stony was just very introduced.
You know, and I just decided to rock it. Somebody has, collected it from me.
Oh, so after this, your last
Yeah,
working.
it's my last time of wearing it. So I felt like I was a good citizen this morning. I was already running late, so FRSC now decided to use me to stop one big truck.
Oh, that happened to me.
I knew that if I did not stop, there was no way that guy was going to stop for them, because he had his doors properly locked. They tried everything, they couldn't get access. So me self, and I could put off the car. All of us are not good. But you opened the door. And he was well arrested, because I'd been driving behind him and thinking, who allowed this guy on the road?
Why?
You
What
know.
was wrong with the...
The truck was just not in the right condition. So when they stopped him, I knew they were doing the right thing, you know.
Okay.
And so I feel
Cool.
good.
You look
FRSC
beautiful.
made
You
me-
look beautiful.
Thank you.
You like the lashes.
Always, anyway. That's nice. Any date tonight? It's not like you're doing a
There's a
There's a plan
plan
right after. This looks like there's a plan right after.
There was
Joy
a date
Adju.
yesterday night.
Okay.
Because you people put me on assignment to watch movie that I had not watched.
Was that the day?
Oh,
So you took a movie day.
So it was a movie date. So private cinema, there was food, there were drinks.
Okay.
she's talking about acrimony. You know, this acrimony thing has been trending for the past
Everyone's
few
been
weeks.
talking about it.
So we said, you know what, your view we'll break it down to pieces today. And we have none other than the most beautiful at this Monica, who's going to be in the studio later on to help us have this conversation on acrimony, because men are parading acrimony on the face. Anyways, how are you doing, Jerry?
I'm doing great.
So I don't get into trouble.
I had the same experience as you as well. They stopped me to stop a bus, but in my own case, the bus nearly ran the FRSC official over.
Wow.
Really scary.
Wow.
He broke his side mirror in the process.
Wow.
I mean, I wonder what he was hiding.
Maybe
I
he doesn't
hope-
have his papers or anything.
Well, I hope that they catch him, because he almost ran that man over for doing his job. It's not
Hazards
fair.
of being an FRSC
Yes.
officer.
So I'm going to be hosting an event today.
Aha!
No, this is not the
You
outfit.
look like a model, though.
Yeah,
look
thank
nice.
you.
So where's the event? What time? What's
It's in Lekki. It's for 5 p.m. It's like it's for young girls who are graduating from school.
Okay.
Oh,
And
nice.
be able to tell them my story and encourage them to be confident. You know,
Cute.
This
This is the
world
school graduation time.
Yeah,
Everybody's
period.
graduating.
and they would have, they will have questions and aspirations and dreams. And I just hope, all their dreams come true.
yeah.
Well, hoping
Madam,
for all of our
rapper in
dreams
the
to
building.
come true.
Our rapper must blow.
Yo, we're blowing already.
Yeah,
We're in the
so-
process. I'm just going to rest this weekend. I was supposed to have a shoot, but it was moved till to next week. So I'll just stay home, bond with the kids. Yeah, on
And not be
holiday
resting,
now.
remember?
Yeah, some other
Yeah,
things are
somebody
coming
would
up.
like have to come and
Question,
sing.
Obiajulu.
May I help
Has
you?
it ever crossed your mind, ever,
That?
that maybe this rapping thing is not my thing? Or you've always had conviction that this is the right thing to do?
I've always had the conviction. I didn't start out rapping, actually. I started out singing, and then I found myself in the rap.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've always had that.
So I will ask that question again when we're discussing acrimony.
Anyways.
What's the weekend like for
I
you?
don't know.
How many parties are you going
okay.
for this weekend?
You just have to look at Jumoke in 3D. So you know what? I'll catch you later. This weekend, I don't think I'm doing anything this weekend. I think, tomorrow is what? Tomorrow is
What happened?
Saturday.
21st.
What happened to
No,
Lagos
no
people?
party.
No parties.
There's no
No
wedding.
Lagos
Sit
party.
down. What are you talking about?
No Lagos
There's no
party.
Nobody.
Oh,
Just
you
sleep.
did not collect the invite. No,
Uh-huh.
there's always a party.
Like Jumoke.
This weekend I'm just sleeping. At least I need to rest.
Oh, that's
you know.
good.
I need to sleep and just
That's
clean up
really
the
important,
house.
actually.
Bond with the kids. You're on holiday now.
There's party August 12th. That one we are loading. That one we are preparing everything. August 12th. We're shutting down Lagos State. My aunt invited me.
Why is Jumoke laughing and giggling
she's
about
aware.
it? What is it about her? Is
She's
this
not well, no.
party?
This party.
I don't
My aunt
trust
has been
you.
telling me since like January.
Okay.
And she's been riding. In fact, she's flying my mother back to Nigeria. My mother is in the US. She's flying my mother back to Nigeria
For
just
this
for the party.
party.
I'm flying her back to the US just to attend this party. I'm locking down Lagos State. This party,
No,
August
you see,
12th.
just in case you people don't know Mariah's aunties.
No,
They are Lagos big girls.
Okay.
Get it?
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll go to the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us, we'll be right back. So, the Punch. Start with Punch. 2019 elections. Police, civil defense demand 370 million naira to feed dogs and horses.
Okay, now.
But dog food is expensive.
Exactly.
Immigration wants 126 million naira to print name tags. National carrier needs 300 million naira initial capital, says federal government. Benue Governor Otto makes U-turn, says I've not dumped APC. Tension as APC elects Osun governorship candidate today. I'll contest Ogun governorship in 2019, says Segun Odegbami. Ondo police arrest car snatcher after stealing 32 vehicles. Fayemi says, I'll examine what's transpired under Fayoshe. Says he won fairly. And we may not participate in 2019 election, says PDP. Okay, so who has the dog story?
Jumoke does.
The main headline.
And in light of everything else going on in Punch, it just seems like human interest that the NSCDC are going to need 317 million, right, to feed their dogs. And the Nigerian police would need 7 million.
No, that's wrong. It's 106 something million for drugs and another 100 something million to feed
He's actually
dogs.
reading it.
Wait now, Marayo. Let me quote them. 310 million to feed and administer drugs to dogs.
Yes.
Additionally, the Nigerian police will also need 7 million
for the horses.
to feed 50 horses.
Okay.
It's not easy
For
now.
the 2019
Please, I bought dog food in this
Wait.
country.
Is it for the 2019 election?
Just
or
screaming. I'm just here to for
scream.
the elections.
Yes,
So this is not in our 2018 budget. It's
supplementary,
very
yes.
that the president is asking for extra money.
Right.
My question is, haven't we been feeding these dogs and horses
That was
before now?
Hey.
Plus, some human beings are saying they will back like dogs. Just give us the money.
All right, but the point is that
I mean,
think
drugs are expensive.
this budget is 28 billion naira, and
Extra.
and most of them actually is for security. NSCDC, the police, a whole bunch of other people, just
So
to
it's not
ensure.
all that money for feeding.
But it's not only for dogs, so at least we know that dogs. Another story here.
Yes,
The picture.
no, not the picture, the
Boko Haram?
Autumn making a U-turn back to APC. You know, he came out to say that they've given him red card, that he was leaving the party. But then he had a meeting with El Shomole, and they've resolved the whole thing. He's saying he wants to give them a second chance, and he wants to see
take
what
one last
is
story
going
from
They
Punch.
need that middle belt.
Let's-
Like, it's mad.
Let's
So
take that
State
one.
Governor Autumn is not really looking good right now. Whatever his decisions after this seems political. It's not looking good at all.
Right, that middle belt is important to the APC
Yeah,
government.
let me
yes.
just take one last story from the Punch. That's the Olayemi Adeoye.
The
He's,
car snatchers.
The car snatcher.
Right.
He's snatched cars for over too many cars to count, actually. And he's been locked up several times, but he finds his way out. And the recent one that he was caught stealing, he said he was actually stealing that so he can pay his legal bills. And so he's been caught again, and the
Poor
police
guy.
have said this time he'll be locked up forever. He's not coming
Lawyers
out
are
ever.
actually expensive.
Moving
So
on
you
to
you commit
Daily
the crime
Sun.
to pay
Let's
your
move on to
bills.
Daily Sun. Fact deadlock. Governors reject NNPC's 147 billion naira remittance. 2019 elections, PDP considers boycott. Apapa Oshodi gridlock. Lagos begins removal of tankers today. Nima, are you hearing? Senate tackles Buhari on appointment. Okorocha bombs Ume. Your life story is a zigzag. Okay, so I read this major headline because I'm not very fond of the governors, because I do remember when Okonjo-Iweala tried really hard to get these people not to share excess crude accounts. Remember when they insisted? So when I hear governors complaining that you're not sharing, you're not remitting to us, we need to share it, I get really, really funny. So they're saying that they don't agree that the 147 billion naira remittance is accurate, that they believe that NNPC has much more than that. And because NNPC is claiming that they paid X amount for subsidies, and they're having issues with the numbers. So, as I said, I'm not very, very comfortable with governors complaining when they get the money.
In addition, in 2016, we just found out, and it's in the papers today, maybe not on the headlines, that we just discovered that the governors were paid an excess of 10 billion in 2016. You know, we were giving bailouts for them to pay salaries. Somebody paid an excess of 10 billion naira to the governors. And we're just finding out in 2018. What happened to annual audits?
Oh my God.
Okay, let's move on now to the New Telegraph. Really, really pathetic story here. We lost parents, children, spouses to herdsmen attacks. I was shot, burnt, says survivor. My entire family was wiped out, says student. Oshomole, only men without honor will return to PDP. 75% of Nigeria's budget lost to a proper lockdown. So let's talk about the human interest story, the herdsmen.
Yes. These are victims of the Fulani headsmen attack in Barikin Ladi. So they're in the IDP camps, and everyone, you know, they're really sad stories. And one of the major stories there is about a student. I'm sorry, I miss her name right now. Darose, someone Darose.
Yes.
And she had gone to school. She didn't even know that her parents and her siblings had been killed in the attack until she got home, and she was taken straight.
For holidays.
Yeah, she was taken straight to the IDP camp before she realized that she had lost her whole family. I mean, there's so many sad stories. There was a lady who had given birth, but okay, they're actually talking about the state of the camp. You know, so this lady had given birth, but there's no bed for her to sleep on. There's no clothing for her baby.
See, I'm really impressed that New Telegraph went behind the story, because it's easy for us to say
statistics.
Oh, yeah, you get the numbers. Fulani headsmen did this, but when you go to the stories behind the story, you now see
these people.
that these are human beings.
Yeah.
These are people who've lost parents, siblings. It makes you understand that it's beyond telling us, oh, we're working on it.
Yes.
The security officers are working on it. We need to ensure that these lives and properties are kept.
You know, some of the victims were like, we don't even want to be here. Let's go back to our villages. It's better for us to be there and be killed than for us to stay here. Because
they've lost their homes
state
already.
of the camps is really bad. There are no toilet facilities, nothing for them really.
Quickly, before we had organized government, because of colonialists, people sort of protected their homes. Okay. We now have organized governments, and it's a crime to carry arms, and then you are now with sitting duck waiting for criminals to come and destroy your home. I wanted to quickly take the Lagos tanker story.
Yeah, we'll take it in Vanguard very quickly. Killings, there can't be peace without justice, says the Sultan. People will boycott 2019 polls, if, says Secondus. I got 60,000 naira after we released Chibok school girls. Senate in rowdy session over Buhari's appointments. Why I'll probe Fayoshe, says Fayemi. Fact deadlock goes on as governors insist on no sharing. Apapa traffic, Lagos 6 federal government's intervention sets up a task force to clear gridlock. And ex-IGP Ibrahim Kumase dies at 76. Yes, Jumoke.
So I have the major headline.
Okay.
The Sultan of Sokoto has come out to say that without justice and equity from the leaders, there will not be peace in the country, and that everybody should, the Christians and the Muslims should understand the sacredness of lives, and they shouldn't come out to say that they are killing because of religion. It's unfair, and we should look into it. The Oni of Ife also said that we should monitor the way we have kids, that the lack of control of births, people are having children. Right. You know, they gave a certain number of what's happening in the country at the moment. We are so much, and then people are still giving birth to children uncontrollably.
Who has the Lagos State story? No. I will take the Lagos State
Boko
story.
Haram.
Boko Haram. I was really interested in that story.
Yes, I need to get his name. So his name is Modu. He's one of the insurgents. So he was talking of how they abducted the Chibok girls, took them away, went through the wilderness, as they called it, for many days before they handed them over to the Boko Haram people themselves. And for doing that, they got 30,000 naira each.
From Boko Haram?
From Boko Haram. Then when they negotiated, Boko Haram leaders negotiated with the government and got the release of the girls, the Boko Haram leaders paid those same people 60,000 naira each.
So we're the ones funding Boko Haram.
So we're funding it. And these are people from Borno State, these people that carried out this kidnap of the girls. So these are people that
they are people.
Are part of the community.
Can we talk about Lagos State very quickly? Because
so
I know that
Lagos
that's
State is moving trucks out of the way. Remember that this month, by 27th, that's next week Thursday, I guess, the federal government is supposed to shut down the 3rd Milan Bridge for repairs. They're saying, can you delay the shutdown of 3rd Milan Bridge? Because we do not have alternative. Because the alternative we have is shut down by trucks. My advice quickly, we're losing money because of what is happening in the Apapa gridlock. Can we even shut down that port for now? What will happen is everybody will find their way to Calabar and Port Harcourt and maybe Delta.
I mean, the solution, the task force they've actually put together, what they're doing right now, because remember they said they have a field, somewhere they can actually park.
They're still
So
preparing
they're
it.
not preparing it tomorrow. They actually, from
have
today,
it.
they started up until Monday, evacuating all the trucks to that place. So if you're the owner of a truck, you go there to go and itemize them, get an inventory of which trucks belong to you, and then sort it out with ports. But they're totally evacuating all the trucks
roads
parked
to
on
the
the
ports are
highways.
still bad. At the end of the day, we may move them out of the road, but they will still constitute a nuisance to the people around the
That
papa.
area. Well, the point is that hopefully it's slightly better than what it is because Nima really complained bitterly.
Yeah.
It's true.
Over the
They were playing football on the expressway
that.
yesterday.
Really,
They
really
were,
terrible.
There's no-
lockdown.
That's all we can take on the front page review. When we come back, as I said, Acrimony has been trending for the past 2 weeks, so your view has decided to discuss it today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So there is the movie Acrimony that is getting everyone talking. You may not have seen it, but there is this story. The story is about a woman who invested so much of 20 years of her life into her marriage. She sacrificed everything to achieve her husband's dream, to help him achieve his dream. She later got fed up leaving her husband. Suddenly, the husband gets $150 million breakthrough and returns to and finds a new lady, a girlfriend. Anyway, the question is, should she have been patient regardless of the family's inheritance? And how much should women invest in their men's dreams? Join us on the show is none other than Adeswa Onyenekwe. Welcome to the show!
It's nice to be here again. Truly.
Welcome. Now, you can call us on 070-8066-801. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. So the first time I heard of this movie, I think it was Tokwe that sent me a message. Oh, have you watched Acrimony?
Yeah,
Go watch
she
it.
even said
I
it
never
on
even
the show.
paid attention to it. Until every man that I know in my life started sending me Acrimony. In fact, there was one particular one. His name is Yinka Ajidedunu on TVC. He said, no, have you seen Acrimony? I said, no, I haven't. Let me bring it for you. Put it in my laptop. Followed up my PA, make sure that, please, has she watched it? He kept telling me, please make sure she watches it. And I'm like, what is this Acrimony matter?
Did he ever tell you why he wanted to do it?
Because, obviously, when I watched the movie, I understood why. He's a man. He just felt that women need this lesson to know.
Exactly.
And I was really, really shocked. But I had different views.
Which lesson exactly?
I asked him.
Where is
Joe
the
had
first
a
person to
question.
see it? This is
No,
Okay,
Jumoke.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So, for those that haven't watched it, let me even break it down properly so that you understand. A woman, pretty young girl, meets a guy who is obviously ambitious, had this machine he wanted to sell to a big multinational. But she was a rich kid, sort of. She had inheritance from her mother. She had lots of money, and she used all her money to help this guy. They got married, and she was working like 2 jobs, trying to keep the family together. He was still on this project forever. For many, I think 20 plus years. 20 years, continuously. Eventually, she got tired and frustrated. This guy wasn't moving forward. And then at some point, there was he cheated on her just once during university, not even throughout the 20 years old, just once. Anyway, the girl he cheated with became a top official in this same multinational company he was trying to get.
The deciding factor
Yes.
in the multinational company that he was trying to enter.
Finally, she had to cut the very long story short.
Her.
Hell.
Her sisters, the wife's sisters, and family were putting on that pressure. Auntie, leave this man alone. This man is not going anywhere. Move away. Eventually, she listened to her siblings' counsel, left the man.
At the crux of the matter.
And that's where they got the point of the breakthrough. At that moment, she now, the guy now got the contract from the multinational, got this money. He now paid her $10 million for all her troubles.
Remember, they had also lost their house because she mortgaged their house for his dreams, and he
So
got
the
the house
question
back.
now is, as a woman, how much sacrifice are you supposed to make? Should we start with Adeswa? Let me.
Why are you starting with me?
We are ready to share.
Because you are more experienced than us. I mean, people like
okay,
you have
let
had
us-
this kind of experiences. Because, I mean, would you make that kind of a sacrifice for a man?
Let me make you wait here.
Okay.
When the guy, let's call him Tayo because he looks like a Yoruba man.
Demon.
That's not fair.
Not fair, honestly.
Let's just call him John.
He's
Okay,
not a
John.
demon, no.
Just call him John.
Okay, call him John, just for fairness. But he looks like, in my heart, it was Yoruba man I was seeing when I was watching. When he cheated when they were still young.
Yeah.
Okay. She, in anger, went to at his caravan, injured herself, lost both
Her
ovaries.
ovaries.
Right.
Tayo or John stayed with her. 20 years of marriage, never
No
worrying
children.
about no children. He truly loved her.
Ambia.
Yes.
So, when, please, I'd like to hear your opinion.
I disagree on that love.
Before I go at her sisters, the demons of the family who did not allow her be great.
I disagree on that love.
No, it is good to hear what you say.
Yes, I really disagree on that love because if he actually loved her like you claim, he stayed, remember he had nothing while he was staying. So when something came, even if she had left, he would have gone to fish her and bring her back. That's true love. Okay. So it's not about, don't blame the sisters, it's not about love. He didn't love her, he was using her, and the, let me not use the word.
Okay, my own is
MU was just there.
I blame her. She lived her life for him. He had a dream and he was going to do anything
To get that dream.
get his dream. And she was tagging along.
Bagam.
And he had the conviction that his dream would one day come true. She gave up. Sorry that she gave up at the time that she did. If she had given up earlier, would it have been easier for us to watch? I'm just saying she should have had her own dreams and she should have pursued it. And if she was not there for him, he would have found
Somebody
else,
to
like
be
he
there.
eventually did,
He was using
and he
her.
achieved
I
his
see
dream.
Mariah taking notes. But
Yeah.
I agree that you defer to me. Let me just say it here. This year, I've been married for 30 years.
Wow.
30 years. And it seems like just yesterday. But I've learned a lot of lessons along the line. And doing my work, today's woman, I meet all kinds of women. I hear all kinds of stories. And I know what can be happening. But guess what? Just this month, I decided to have, instead of having a male edition, I said, let me have a men's roundtable. Let men sit down and talk. And you won't believe what, I'm still learning lessons.
Wow.
So asking me to come and talk about acrimony, it seems like divine. You know, because at the end of the day, that conversation, I had 6 men from
Fantastic.
6 geopolitical zones sit down and talk. They were saying things that we suspect that we know, but they were confirming them.
Wow.
Men have minds that are compartmentalized
Chineke.
in 3: sports, sex, and money. And the money is not just for them. Money is for power, so that they can be able to be territorial. They claim a territory. You could be the territory, the wife or the girlfriend or the space.
Right.
It's a territory. They claim it. It's natural. It's those, you see, one of them said, when you have 6 little boys watching soccer, the way they scream is the same way 6 men
Watching.
at 50 watching soccer will scream. So they said they have the same hormones. So having said that, let me bring it back to acrimony. Watching acrimony, even coming here this morning, I said, let me keep watching this thing. The second time I was like, it seems like, it's not an advert for the movie,
Right.
but people should try to see it.
Right. Okay.
It seems like it's such a real life, right? So I wish he had written it with a happy ending. That is the wish.
Everything has a happy ending.
However,
I really like
3 things come out. Her sisters, the other voice, you know.
No, that's all.
I actually wrote down, you know, immaturity.
Evil sister.
That girl was
Yes.
in university.
Yeah, but they're both
When,
immature.
yeah, no, she was more immature. You know what I mean? You know, she was immature. She didn't have a mother figure that would have stood by her to make her at least not do, because the decisions she took were wrong.
Yeah.
One, she loved the guy, no problem with that. But you're 18. There's no
What do you
way.
know?
I tell my daughters, at 18, trust me, you don't know love. And they argue with me. You don't know love. I've been there. Because love will change and transform with
Yes, it
time.
does.
So just take that love and say, this is the love I have now. But you should always be in front of that love. What do you want?
Thank you. Hey,
What
I
do you
feel
wanna
like
do?
crying.
So if she had been thinking about herself at that point in time, that love probably have lasted. But she disappeared into the guy.
Yes.
Let's hop on that a bit, because now we've talked about acrimony, people have an idea what the movie's about. But I want us to really take it down to young people out there, because people are on the dating scene right now, and they're doing everything, they're giving their entire self into this man. And because they always tell us, people like you and our mothers, our aunties tell us, support your man, start from the humble beginnings, be there with your man, stay there, and we stay there. And you're there for 50 years and nothing happens.
Do not lose yourself.
So in this story happened that, yes, there was a breakthrough. But there are times where
There's
people
never a breakthrough.
There's never a breakthrough.
Okay, Mariah, guess what? Without our evil sisters, She was happy supporting that man.
She was. She would have gotten to the
Guess
room.
what? The breaking point was that her sister found that
A
old,
wallet.
old chitty. The lady that
partner.
the lady that the guy cheated with over 20 years ago found the lady's wallet inside the guy's truck, and she didn't believe her man that I didn't cheat with her.
Okay, Jumoke, do you know what? Let me just come in here. Jumoke, just imagine this were your sisters. They grew up with you, they love you. So let's just not look at these sisters and say they were bad sisters. They were actually looking out. But the thing is that your sisters look out for you. They want the best for you.
In marriage, you have to be able to take advice, and 90% of it is thrown away. So they love you, but don't take their advice.
But isn't that what she did throughout the years?
To talk about what she just said.
Yeah.
Is that proper? Your sisters are advising you. Are you supposed to
Take it.
throw away your
No,
sister's advice?
advice is good. They always say when you marry, it's two of you, right? And two of you become one, you have problems.
Yeah.
What I would say is take that advice, compartmentalize it.
They said, "Beckham."
Put it there. You may need it, but use it to, the technique we use is shine your eye. If I was her, to tell you the truth, they were smelling that money already. Because he had already gotten an offer that he refused.
Yes. I mean, that was
And
where
she
I would
told
have-
him, she said, you know what, if you love me, if you believe, if you tell him the truth, go back and accept
take
that.
it.
But the guy said he could better. So I would have said, you know what, maybe I'll give him another a few more months. No, I will follow him. I will follow him to that place and go and negotiate.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll start with the Obiajulu. Stay
Yes,
with
I'm
us.
waiting.
We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So we'll continue the conversation on acrimony. Yes, we've actually had a comment.
So all the hype that you guys are hyping yourselves on this issue now, I'm not feeling it because I really believe that if the guy actually loved her, he would have gone for her in as much as she left.
Insisted.
He would have insisted. He would have waited. He would have fought for her. He didn't
left the
fight.
new girl?
Yes, he would have left the new girl. He didn't fight.
Please, wrap your answer.
Excuse me. He didn't fight for her.
You are the
He
rapper
was
in the
just
house.
using her. And when he got what he wanted, excuse me.
I'm
When he
excusing
got what he wanted, there was nothing left. The girl had lost everything.
I disagree.
So
$10 million and God that he
I
gave her.
disagree.
They gave her.
Oh.
Bought your house back. Gave you
more
$10
like a
million.
no, excuse me.
Hang in there.
It's just
Out
like
of
a payment.
150
She used her life for him. So that was just like,
was it
okay,
150 or
this
750?
is it. Just take this
No, he got 750.
and let
It was
me live
750
my life.
million now.
I wanted to say that she revolved her life around him.
Yes.
And the truth is, men do not respect you when they know that you revolve your life
That's the
around
lesson.
them. They don't.
Are you
So
They
do you
don't.
agree? I'll come to you, Miriam, hanging there.
Okay.
But do you agree with that statement that when your entire life is wrapped around a man, they don't respect you? Do you agree with that statement?
Would I say 9 times out of 10? No. Maybe like 6 times out of 10. It's
Right.
likely. Because you've disappeared in the guy. So
Yes.
he doesn't even see you.
He doesn't see
You're
you.
a wallpaper. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah,
So,
wallpaper.
okay, so that's another lesson we can learn. Yes, yes, Miriam.
This is why I disagree with you, Obiajulu. And it happens in real life. This new person that came into his life, remember, he's been struggling with this one all his life.
Okay.
And then he meets this one that makes the dream happen.
Okay. So
and
you
at the
forget
time
your
that
past.
at the time that she met him, he was really desperate. And she helped him. Remember, he was already thrown out, living in shelters, and she brought him into the home even before she knew that he was going to finally sign that
No, but
contract.
she knew that he
But I'm
was
just
going to
saying
get
that
it.
Forget
now, would we blame her? Will we blame her for picking him up from where he was
let me
thrown
tell
out?
you-
Nobody's blaming the girl.
She did not take advantage. She just did what she
Tia,
had
are
to
you there for
do.
me, Lauren?
Hello. Good
Morning. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Actually, what is meant to be will be.
Right.
The lady is not meant for the man. I think you waste your time on a
20
man that is not
years,
meant for
Tia.
you.
Hey.
If a man is not, maybe probably is the lady that is disturbing his destiny that has not reached his.
Yeah, it was good to hear that.
What's the girl
Yes.
But you know the girl said that.
Thank you,
Not Melinda, the other girl said that maybe this relationship is not the one that will suit your new level. Do you remember her saying that? When he was feeling bad that his wife divorced him, she was saying, no, maybe this is not, he was supposed to go to
And
this.
guess what?
So-
She was very classy.
Yes, very
The wealth
classy.
looked good on her.
Ah, so the other lady was just car washing, and the owner came to drive
coming.
away the car.
Hey, I'm coming.
And while this one was
my
living...
church does something for women, no. That you married your man today, he was a nobody, so you go and stay on that level. When he gets to the level of presidency,
somebody,
they will find someone that will suit him.
Match him.
You have to move up. You have to be moving up. Oh. Don't go and say that I was an illiterate when he married me. He married me like that.
An illiterate.
That man loved that woman because he never cheated in all of their 20 years. He was distracted with his battery. Yes.
His innovation.
But he loved her. When she said he should leave the house, Baba went to go and be staying inside shelter.
Yeah.
She saw him now washing dishes, got angry, and brought divorce letter. The guy was crying. Look at me, look at me. She refused.
Okay, because he didn't cheat.
See,
meant he
do you know
loved-
an
he loved
important
her.
lesson? An important lesson is that while she was there living under his shadow, this other lady was building herself.
Thank
So
you.
when he came, he met the level, he met her. Exactly.
Was building her own career.
Exactly. And when he got to that level, he had to
Let
be
me
with the
take this call
multinational
from
woman.
Elijah Subara. Elijah Subara, are you there?
Yes, I'm there,
Thanks for
Morayo.
calling. Go ahead, please.
Okay, Morayo, please allow me to debate a little bit. My point is about Apapa gridlock. You know,
Today that we're just in gist.
yes, let me support
Quickly,
you know,
30 seconds. Go ahead,
let me
please.
support Jumoke because let me tell you, Apapa is more or less a disgrace to this government. It's like, you see, Apapa, you know, it's like we don't have government.
Right.
You know, I don't see, you know, look, when Fashola was governor of Lagos, he said if you cannot get, you know, solve the problem of Apapa within 6 months, the government, that means the government is not capable. Look, it is better like you must.
Thank you very much, Subaka. I know the Lagos state government has put together a task force to totally evacuate those trucks. So let's give them till Monday, they've said. Hopefully, that place will be cleared. Back to our criminal. I wanted to go on the issue of cheating at this one. Now, we know men cheat. That's what they've told us, that men usually cheat.
We know?
I mean, I'm just saying that that's what they always tell
yes,
us.
men
We don't agree, we don't accept it, but that's what our mothers say. Men, you see, that's how they are. But in this issue of cheating, do you feel she took this cheating to a level where it couldn't be managed? Yes, some men could cheat.
That's her
this issue of
response to the
anger,
cheating.
her response to the cheating, because it was such a major issue for her that she couldn't handle it, where it caused her to be angry such that she couldn't even see when the blessings were coming.
Okay, can I just say something? Oh, back to this, my men's roundtable.
Yes.
One of the men told me very clearly that one of the things we've been fed from time, which you don't realize, is that women don't cheat.
And it's a lie.
Women do cheat. Everybody can cheat.
Yeah,
Yes.
so true.
Everybody. To get a woman with her mind, you get a man with the eyes. It goes both ways. And now, because women are more liberated in terms of they're more independent, they can express themselves that way. So cheating is not a prerogative of any group
Gender.
or any gender.
Gender.
Both people can cheat. It's a function of deciding. But the man's own is easier because you can just get a man very easily in the eyes. The woman, you have to work harder.
Yeah,
Right?
so true.
So men are cheap. Sorry, men. They're cheap. They can easily just fall and go. So that's a no fight. But from time we've gone to accept that men cheat, and
their way.
therefore we say it's their way.
Adesua,
They can discipline that member.
you see what Melinda was looking for, found her.
How do you mean?
She told her friend at work, he's a very sensual man.
Yes,
We've
that's
not
true.
been having sex for
months, yes.
The man I know, if
Must
he's
be
not
getting it
getting
somewhere
it at home, he's getting it somewhere else.
But notice-
guess what? He wasn't cheating.
He wasn't getting it. He wasn't getting it. So he
The
could
guy was
control himself.
distracted. At that time, the other lady, the old girlfriend,
Was available.
had even said to him that, don't come here with this, your battery matter, we don't want to hear. So he was already emotionally down. That's why he wasn't getting any at home. He wasn't
Let me take
cheating.
this call from Emmanuel. Are you there?
Yes.
Thanks for calling. Go
yes.
ahead, please.
But he
All right.
eventually proposed to her.
I quickly want to state that if you leave something or you discard something, you can't get it 100%.
That's it.
So the guy was begging not to sign the divorce paper, and she insisted on the guy signing it. So she did. I mean, she's even very lucky. Bring it to Africa. She won't get one dime. She won't get the outback. She won't get nothing. We have to be very honest
Even
with
the
ourselves. We
judge
have to
said so.
change this place because people are listening. This is the era where
Okay, we have to go on a break. Thank you
marriage
very
is
much,
a breaking
Emmanuel.
and the rest of them.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. I was going to bring up the very important fact that Mariam raised.
Yes.
The other lady developed herself. She's a career woman. She went to school. She worked up
This
to
was
the
more
ranks.
attractive.
The other lady, the girl in question, Melinda, gave herself to her marriage. So this is, I want you to look at two young ladies right now. Two young
How could she have
married
done it?
people.
The point is, she had made her choice.
Right.
There's no way she could have developed. So all her money was going to the guy now. So she was developing the guy to become one.
Developing the man.
Just developing the man.
Forgot herself.
Right.
Which is where I said the girls got to choose. My standard advice to my kids is, as you lay your bed,
You will lie on it.
I'm not going to tell you not to do this. I said, this is what it is. I would rather you didn't do this. Do you get what I mean?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, she couldn't have done, she didn't even finish school.
I wanted to say that.
She didn't finish, you guys know.
That, the way she...
He wasn't smart enough for school.
Anyway,
now.
I wanted to say that because over time, she... Somehow, let's look at it critically, she became resentful.
Yes.
Because she had been piling up, she's been suffering
So she couldn't see.
from inside. So when the cheating happened, the anger, everything came up to the surface, and that was why she overreacted.
The perceived cheating.
Oh, yes, overreacted.
Well, you know, there was a point in the movie that was really profound for me. When once again he was telling her the penthouse you get her, the yacht you get her, and everything, you know. And then she says, "Why don't you ask me what I want? And what do you want?" She said, "Just get a job." That was the level of her dream. That's the sort of thing that she wants.
No,
it
she
reminds,
was tired.
listen. See, it reminds me of something. I had a business partner. We started off doing small business together, and one day we're talking about an opportunity we got, and we're excited about it. And then she said, if only we can get this amount. For me, it shocked me. It was so small. In my mind, I started looking at her differently. Like, is this what we're in partnership for this tiny amount of money? So that's the thing. If your dreams are not aligned and you're not ready
for a second, because I have to go on a break. I want to come back. I want Adisa to help us.
Are we still on air?
Yes, we're still on
You know,
air.
we've been talking since and nobody's hearing.
So, we're going to go on a break. When you come back, I want you to help us. Like, what exactly should be the breaking point for a woman?
Yeah.
At what point should I say, you know what, enough is enough, I'm moving on, I'm going away? Or at what point should you say, okay, let me hang in there. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. We just got a breaking news that there's a train accident in Penn Cinema, Agege. We got a call from the GM of Lasema. He told us that the security officials are actually on ground trying to keep calm. So if you're in that area, please try to avoid that area. They are trying to take control of the entire situation. So, yeah, really sad story. I think one person died so far. But we'll get the updates as, I think after your review, we'll get some updates on that. Right, so back to the conversation we had. Let's take some tweets. I know lots
Okay, I have one
tweets.
tweet here before Jumoke goes. Good morning, ladies. I so much love your shows. The woman is at fault and to be blamed. The definition of marriage is for better, for worse. I wish the man best of luck in his new journey of marriage. Patience is a vital role in one's life.
The Yoruba girl says, I don't like women who play.
This is Jumoke.
That's her name.
Okay.
It's her Twitter name. I don't like when we women like playing victim. I don't know the advice my family will give to me that will make me leave my man that I've been investing in. She's not justified for having little patience. Adefila says, I disagree with Oberjulu. Robert pleaded with her not to leave, even at the point of signing the divorce papers. He begged her. Mel was just plain foolish to have listened to her sisters, even after knowing about the antics of their own men. Benga says, never marry a man that your dream will disappear into his own. Always upgrade yourself along your partner. Only men with deep church mind will forgive that first lady who left him at the brink of breakthrough. Father, I shall not lose my reward in Jesus' name.
So I know that there are lots of tweets. We can't take everything, but I wanted Adisa to address something because we've seen women stay with men for X amount of years. And you know what? The parents tell them, listen, this guy is not going anywhere. Leave this man and move on with your kids. And they leave. And they then make it. And the man is there.
Makes it, or the
man never makes it. He's just there because he never really, his destiny really wasn't compatible with hers. And in this situation, it was the reverse. She left, he made it. So going by 30 years experience in marriage, Adisa, what would you advise anybody out there, a young lady or even a young man? At what point and what are the factors you need to consider before saying, you know what, I need to step aside? I've had it.
Very quickly, we know that all liquids have different boiling points.
It
depends on your own personal, So when you know you have had it, I can't tell you when. That's what happened with Melinda. at the moment when she knew, even though $800,000 stared her in the face.
Yes.
Right? She was very clear that she's tired of chasing dreams. But you know what was moving her was her point of boiling was that cheating. This guy is still cheating. So she was not even seeing $800,000. She was seeing him sleeping with another guy. So you remember what she did? You slept with another person. So she had reached her limit. So we can't blame her for taking it.
She's not a Nigerian woman.
Yes. Now, you've reached your limit as a woman.
Yes.
You've stepped aside.
Yes.
He's moved on with another person. Shouldn't she have just moved on with her $10 million,
Absolutely.
get a new place and say, and just accept the situation?
So true.
Why is it so difficult for her to accept it?
That is in the ideal situation. We are human beings.
Benyo.
Blood is flowing here.
After 20
So
years.
the pain, you see the way the movie went, they defined every single emotion. You know, and I think that last one was, I can't even remember what it was they used, but it's anger to the point of you're blinded.
Blind anger.
She doesn't even care. So no matter how, even if 10 million is a lot of money because we're broke, but she's imagining that girl, fine girl, who had a career that I couldn't have, in the penthouse, in the yacht, Mrs. Gale. So she couldn't sleep. She was overcome by, so it brings another issue of mental issue. She didn't have any connection. She needed help, somebody to help her to forget. Even when the judge advised her to go and see counselor, she was abusing the counselor. You don't understand, because when a woman is angry, they will say she's a bitch, black women, she's unfair, she's emasculated the man, she's done this, she's done that. They will always blame the woman, so you can't take that away from her. But she lost her chance. She's chosen her path. She should have gone with it. But the lesson for guys, in case they don't forget, is the fact that at the end of the day, she took his life.
No, he didn't
survive.
die.
He survived.
He survived.
How do you know he was crawling away?
No, he survived. He survived.
He should have just moved on.
The lesson for men is that they will die. Is that what you're saying?
Continue.
If I was her, I would first cut off his member.
No, I know
I think lessons for me.
Lessons, we have to go to lessons.
Lessons for me was she made the decision to marry that guy regardless of her sister's disagreement. She should have stuck to him. Remember when he said to her, when the sisters came and said, you better come and start delivering food, that this your family members, and she looked at him like, my own sisters. Her sisters weren't doing better in their marriage. They only looked happy on the outside. She knew that her brother-in-law even had a child that her sister did not know about. So she should have stuck to her man.
Okay.
Lessons for me is that do not make any decisions when you're angry. Just calm down. And then if you find yourself in a situation like that and you get 10 million, there's a lot you can do with 10 million and start your life. Because when I watched that movie, all I thought was, when it ended and she died, I thought, for that person, that was the best thing that could have happened to her. She had to just go.
So I'll come to this first.
Okay, I would say, remember that men have only three. No, they can't think about two things at the same time.
Yes.
He was focused. So when you focus on him, right, and you know where he's focused on, if you don't like where he's focused on, you better take your focus away from him.
Right.
She knew what his focus was, to make that money, to make that thing. So she should have said, okay, I'll be supporting you. Let me be focusing on something else, just in case that doesn't happen. So don't disappear into your man. If you do, live with the consequences.
So lessons for me is, in as much as you're having relationships, learn to be unemotional. So put your head first in everything. Your marriage can crumble, your kids can disappear, anything can happen to you, but how do you stand as a person? So if you love yourself enough, you can, whatever comes and goes, your life is not dependent on how it happens. You can still move on.
You guys are going to hate me for my own because Jumoke would bear me witness. I have always said it on this couch, and I'll continue to say it. A young girl has no business getting married.
I agree.
You need to get to a point of maturity.
Getting married at a particular time.
At a particular time, because
not ever.
Your mind needs to get that maturity, because if you're mature enough to get into that marriage, you'll be able to take the right decisions at those kind of breaking points. But you see, when you get into, your life is sold to a man so early in life, where you've not achieved anything.
You don't even know yourself.
You're still a kid in mind. At that point, when you hit challenges, you don't know. You listen to the voices on the side.
Can I just say something, though? Yes. I agree that a girl must be mature. Let's determine the age. We don't know.
We don't know the age.
An 18-year-old may be mature.
Yes.
So what I tell my kids, I have daughters who, the first is 30, the second is 29. Wow. And they're not married. So I keep telling myself, have I made them feel that marriage is not important? No. Marriage is good, but you have to be sure. When you have achieved something, you be in the career you want to be first. Except you fall in love. But when you fall in love, realize that if I do this, it could happen.
There are consequences.
There are consequences. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say if you find a guy that you like, but the truth is, maturity can be at whatever age. But I would say, 28 is not a bad time.
Yeah. And then for me, what I always tell, what I
Because
tell
you're
young
finished
girls,
school
because
and
you have a lot of young girls in university, and then you're in relationships, strong relationships,
For no reason.
date people. I'm not saying go and be having sex, but just date people, date different people and get to know that.
Because they will have sex now.
Date.
We have to
No,
round
we
up.
know, we understand that.
Boyfriends. Nobody will go ask you for sex. You can say no.
You don't know what you have. That old boyfriend, when she now slept with him, she now appreciated her ex-husband.
We have to round up. Thank you so much for coming. I enjoyed the show with you. Thank you so much. This is a magazine. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we want to give that away. The one we had this magazine when TW was 10, so we had the crew here all there. So there's one to give away, and Mariah will decide to get it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, get it.
All right.
Jumoke,
Have a fabulous
readers and
weekend.
viewers.
We'll see you on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.